Morphin Legacy presents The Grid.
Howdy, Ranger Nation. This is Shadow22, Vice President of MorphinLegacy.com, welcoming you to our second Grid March Madness, where male villains will be duking it out this year. Joining me in this tournament of kings is Austin.
Hello.
And Amber.
Hi.
So how this will work is that we have compiled a list of male villains and have randomly put them in a bracket. Each round will be a one-on-one match where the three of us will debate who out of the two male villains will win in a fight. That winner will move on to the next round until one male villain is left standing. The winner of this March Madness will be honored by getting a grid commentary releasing the Tuesday after this episode is released. So with that,
let's go ahead and fight it out.
Round 1.
Okay, so round 1, match 1. Emperor Grum
You have more lives than a cat, but this one will be your last.
versus Flurious.
Going somewhere!
Do I have to?
I don't care about this matchup.
We gotta be fair and say what their arsenal is. So Emperor Grum's weapons are a staff that shoots lightning, a motorcycle. His abilities are his fighting skills, he has no forms, and his weaknesses are he has a fear of Omni and someone slicing his horn off. So on to Flurious. His weapon is his stupid ice staff. His abilities is that he has ice powers. His forms are his Corona Aurora powered up form, and his weaknesses are heat, I guess, and battleizers.
Let's just vote for Elsa because I'm done.
Flurious?
Yeah, why not? He has ice powers at least.
Well, if his weakness is heat and Emperor Grum's staff shoots lightning,
I feel like Emperor Grum can begin the fight near the beach and then Flurious would just melt.
Emperor Grum has a full-on motorcycle. Flurious can only get so far riding his handles of a mustache.
Flurious just sits on his ass, waits for everyone else to get the Corona Aurora jewels, and then he's the final boss in the final episode.
I really don't care who wins this battle.
Well, I'm choosing Emperor Grum.
I just wanted to choose somebody who at least had some kind of ability.
I like SPD more.
Fuck the police!
He says fuck the police because he's the one fighting the police.
I guess if you want to go at it that way, I guess we can go for him.
I'm gonna give it to Grum.
Okay, so Grums wins that match. On to match 2. Sledge.
Allow me to introduce the most magnificent intergalactic bounty hunter in the universe! The one, the only, my future husband, Sledge!
This is a joke, right?
Versus Mesogog.
I am Mesogog.
Alrighty, so Sledge's weapons are his blaster and jetpack. He has fighting skills, kind of. He kind of gets a little tired after a while.
He's chunky.
His forms, he has none. His weaknesses are bombs and poisy. Mesogog. His weapons are his big, meaty claws. His abilities are his psionic mind beams and his sexy voice. His forms are that Meso monster form, which I guess gives him the ability to clone himself. And his weaknesses are his thirst for dino gems.
Another weakness Sledge could have is his thirst for energems.
I was just gonna say that when I put that on the list.
They're kind of on the same boat.
So I'm guessing the fight they would have is that the energems and the dino gems, or both, are on the battlefield and they're fighting to see which one can get the gems first because they both have a thirst for gems.
I feel like power-wise, Mesogog is more powerful.
I think he is too, and he's also smarter than Sledge.
I don't want to knock Sledge.
You don't want to do this.
Now you feel my pain from the women's round where my favorites were put up against each other. Mesogog is smarter, sexier, and stronger. He's winning this one.
Yeah. Sorry, Sledge.
Yeah, so Mesogog wins that round.
Yay.
Rip Sledge.
Poisey lasted longer than he did.
Alrighty, on to match 3. Lothor
This is the most fun I've had all season!
versus Lord Zed.
I am Lord Zed, of all I see.
So Lothor's weapons of choice is his Pam, his personal alien manager, his samurai amulet, and Lothor Zord. His abilities are his laser blast and ninja skills. He has no forms, and his weaknesses are taking things seriously, because he's a goofer magoof goof.
And being turned into a figure.
Too bad those two didn't go up against each other. That was easy, because they actually went up against each other.
And it was very clear who won that one as well.
Alrighty, so Lord Zed, his weapons are a Z-Staff, Serpentera, and Growth Bombs. His abilities are Lightning Blast, minor fighting skills, and he can create monsters out of anything. His forms, he has none, and his weaknesses are his lack of fighting history and maybe Rita?
I'm gonna be controversial yet brave. I think Lothor will whoop his fucking ass.
He's a trained ninja.
Like hand-to-hand combat.
All you gotta do is get that Z-Staff away from him and he's gonna kick all their asses. Example, Dino Fury. He didn't have his staff and he was able to be outdone by the Dino Fury Rangers. And he was a fucking bitch that episode because he had a compliance collar on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got Nostalgia Gonza. That's what he's got on his side. And his staff, I guess, can shoot some little sparks. If we were doing hand-to-hand, he would be disarmed almost immediately.
Lothor is a goofy magoof goof, but he is also a trained ninja.
Let's remember the backstory episode when Cam goes back in time. Lothor was kind of fucking evil, dog. I don't think he would have been able to go to space and basically be the leader of the evil space ninjas if he couldn't whoop somebody's ass.
Also, Zed, he had one fight in all of Power Rangers up till Dino Fury. It was against Tommy, and he got his ass kicked real quick. So I'm going for Lothor.
Yeah, I'm going for Lothor.
And that's not just because we're biased.
We're a little biased.
We are a little biased.
If we were biased, Sledge would have won.
We love Mesogog too. That was a hard match.
I would have fought for Mesogog the whole time. I don't even care what you're talking about.
Alrighty, match 4. Mandalok.
Humans call me the Devourer of Worlds, Destroyer of Mankind.
I am Mandalok, the new ruler of Orcs.
Versus Serrator.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Serrator, and I recently became the newest passenger aboard Master Xandrit's ship.
So Mandalok's weapons of choice is a giant fork and knife. His abilities is that he can eat anything and lightning blast. His forms are nothing. He just has 2 mouths. And his weaknesses is he has a hunger for everything. He's always hungry.
I can relate to that.
Okay, on to Serrator. He has that little fan thing. He has a soccer ball. He has big, meaty claws! And that is Papyrix. His abilities is his fabulous hair, lightning blast, and magic. He has no forms, and his weakness is shoulder injury caused by Xandrit.
Fuck is Mandalok gonna do? Just sit there and eat a steak?
To be fair, Serrator has a very obvious weakness. All Mandalok has to do is bite his shoulder, and then he's out for the count.
That's also true.
He's got a giant fork and knife. All he's got to do is stab him in the shoulder.
You could also literally just eat him.
Yeah, just eat her.
He eats anything. I'm going with Mandalok. Sorry, Serrator.
Yeah, Mandalok.
See you next Tuesday.
Alrighty, match 5. Master Xandred.
Day shall become night as I escape the netherworld to face my enemies.
Versus Moltor.
When I find the jewels to the Corona Aurora, I will be the most powerful being in the universe, and you will kneel before me.
Alright, so Master Xandred's weapon of choice is his big-ass sword. He has fighting skills?
Question mark?
And lightning blasts. And his weaknesses is his addiction to his medicine and his need to stay wet. Moltor's weapons of choice are his twin swords. He has forehead blast attack, and his weaknesses are his pride and his jealousy for his brother.
Xandred.
No, this is Moltor, because he could dry him the fuck out.
He's a heat monster.
Gotta hate it, but Xandred has to stay moist.
Oh, not a good enough reason to use the word moist, but okay.
All Moltor has to do is throw a bottle of his medicine at him, and then he's out for the count.
He's an alcoholic, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so does Moltor win this round?
Yes, he
Yeah, I
does.
guess so.
Okay, congratulations, Overdrive. You got 1 villain into round 2.
That was just the luck of the draw, really.
Yeah.
Alrighty, match 6. Scorpius
Who dares enter my lair uninvited?
versus Prince Gasket.
I hereby claim the Earth in the name of the Royal House of Gadgetry.
So Scorpius's weapons are his tentacles. He has lightning blast attacks from his creepy little vagina mouth. With teeth. And his weaknesses is that he don't move.
Yeah, he's just sitting there.
He was destroyed by one attack from Leo because he just sits there. Prince Gasket, his weapon is his sword. His abilities are his fighting skills and his strategic mind. And his weaknesses is his thirst for the Machine Empire and daddy issues.
And I think Prince Gasket.
Oh, Prince Gasket totally won this. All he has to do is sneak up behind him and slash him once, and then he's out for the count. If we want to be fair, I guess if he really wanted to, Scorpius just use one of his tentacles, strangle him until he's a bunch of nuts and bolts.
Then you could also literally just do a Princess Leia and come up behind him and choke him with a chain.
And he can also be like, I know you have daddy issues, Gasket. I can be your daddy.
Ew.
He does have that voice.
Trakina,
Chocolate.
it's time for you to enter the cocoon.
And become an Inkjet with magnificent powers.
With magnificent powers.
That's actually a good Scorpius voice.
Anyway, I'm giving it to Prince Gasket.
Me too. Amber, you giving it a Gasket?
Of course, I basically said, yeah, we know who won this one.
Alright, so Gasket wins that match. Alright, so match 7. Dark Spectre.
I am Dark Spectre, monarch of all that is evil.
Versus Diabolico.
I am Diabolico.
So Dark Spectre has big, meaty claws. I didn't think I was going to use that like 4 times.
A lot of monsters have big meaty claws.
They do. His abilities is fire breath. He has no forms except he's the size of a fucking planet. His weaknesses is that he's so damn big in planet-destroying missiles, because that's how he was destroyed in space. Dark Hunter just fired a planet-destroying missile at him, and he just blew up.
After flying into his mouth.
So Diabolico has a staff. He has star power. He has star power, lightning, and projects his hand at opponents. He has a super demon form, and his weaknesses is his loyalty.
Wouldn't he, because Dark Spectre is the evil monarch of the whole galaxy, so Diabolico is loyal, so would he not just be loyal to Dark Spectre?
You would think. He's also a demon, so. And Dark Spectre is very demonic. All Dark Spectre has to do is just stomp on him.
Maybe he's trying to fight Dark Spectre for Queen Banshira, and I think he'd be quite vicious.
Dark Spectre is the size of a planet.
And Squirrel Girl beat Thanos, and he's twice her size. Size doesn't mean shit, y'all know it.
He's the monarch of evil, though.
Didn't the Power Rangers beat him?
No.
Who beat him?
Darkonda.
Is it Darkonda also a little guy?
He fired a planet-destroying missile at him.
And?
Could Diabolico come into a planet-destroying missile?
Could be, but you could literally say that about any villain that goes up against him.
Diabolico can fly.
He's in space! Everyone floats in space.
He could fly into space and attack him.
What's he gonna poke his eye out with a staff?
Sure.
Throw him into a black hole?
Yeah.
I'm giving it to Dark Spectre.
I just think Dark Spectre is boring, and I don't want him to super power level out in the next rounds.
I'm gonna give it to him this round, but...
He's not making it to the next one.
Alright, Dark Spectre wins this round. Alright, match 8. Optimus.
You are powerless now! My victory is already at hand!
Versus Void Knight.
My turn!
So Optimus has long-ass nails. He can eat magic, possess people, and has dark magic. He has a Cthulhu form and his final form, and his weakness is that he eats too much magic. And Miss Voidy has a purple Chroma Fury saber and shield. He has fighting skills, intelligent, and teleportation. He has his helmetless form, and his weakness is Xantora.
To be fair, I feel like this is a little too early for Void Knight.
We have a whole half of a season, though. I put him on the list for that.
He's just a people. He's not really some kind of monster. He's going literally against a Cthulhu.
But he can teleport.
Oh, what did he do?
All he's gonna do is just feed him a shit ton of Sporix energy, and then he just blows up.
That's true.
But he also has 2 other forms to expend that energy.
I don't want to put Octomus in the next level. I hate him! I fucking hate him.
You gave him these abilities, Momo.
That's his abilities, though!
He has more power than Void Knight.
Well, I'm voting for Void Knight regardless.
I think I have to give it to Optimus.
If he ends up winning and we have to do a Mystic Force commentary, this is all on you bitches.
That would be the consequences of our own actions.
Alrighty, so next round. Prince against Prince. Prince Olympius.
I am Olympius, son of Queen Banshira. Bow down before me now, or you will feel my power.
Versus Prince Vicar.
I am Prince Vicar. Consider this your eviction notice. Luckily, I'm feeling generous, so I will give you 2 options. Surrender or be destroyed.
please.
Let's humor him. Prince Olympius has a sword and lance. He can fly. He has firepower. He has star power, which gives him the ability to shapeshift. He has a super demon form and he has a dragon form. And his weakness is that if you destroy star power, he's pretty much weak.
Well, we know this little twink isn't about to destroy his star power.
Okay, so Prince Vakar, his weapons are his little sleeve tassels, his little bell, and he has an Armada Megazord. His ability is that he's royal. He has no forms, and his weaknesses is that he can't fight.
Yeah, that's a landslide for Prince Olympius.
All Prince Olympius has to do is breathe on Vakar, and he's down for the count.
That was a fun round.
Landslide win.
Yeah, that was the first landslide.
Alright, match 10. Imperius
I am Imperius, Dark Wizard of the Underworld.
versus Heckle and Snide.
My name is Snide, but you can call me Master.
Please excuse my other half. Snide is rather uncouth.
So Imperius has a fan at his disposal. He has dark magic. His forms are his alter ego Kalendor in ancient mystic mode. And his weaknesses is that he has a huge ass ego. On to Heckle and Snide. Snide has a sword. They have lightning blasts. And I guess they were able to destroy planets because I remember that in a few episodes they mentioned about how Heckle was able to destroy multiple planets. So I guess he has that power. His forms are transforming into Heckle and Snide. And his weaknesses is that he changes forms at random, so he can be in the middle of a fight and transform into his other form.
That's a pretty bad weakness, especially if he's fighting as Snide and then just morphs into Heckle. But if Heckle's destroying planets, it's still pretty powerful.
This is queer against queer. That's just unfair.
I'm not giving this to another Mystic Force.
I'm giving this Heckle Snide because Heckle was established to be able to destroy planets. We knocked Sledge out of this game, so they're evenly matched, but we're going to give it to Heckle Snide because fuck Mystic Force.
Exactly.
It's our March Madness, so we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Alright, match 11. Galvanax.
You don't stand a chance against me.
Versus Rock.
Fear isn't in my vocabulary, but you should be afraid, especially now.
Okay, so Galvanax has a spear. He has lightning blast and fighting skills. He has no forms, and his weaknesses is that he's stupid. He's so stupid.
He also has a wrestling champion belt for the Power Stars.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Some bling bling.
Okay, Vrak. He has a staff in his normal form. He has big, meaty claws in his earth armor. He has missiles in his robot form, and he has a sword in his prince form. He also has drills! Motherfucking drills! He can fight, and he has lightning blast. Oh my god. His forms. He has his war star form. He has his earth armor. He has his robot form, and he has his prince form. And I guess his one weakness is that he's kind of lazy, because he spends the entirety of Super Mega Force in his little underground lab.
So in this context of this fight, is Vrak just changing between all his forms, or is he one singular form?
I mean, he could if he wanted to.
In Vrak's back, he did show that he had the ability to change to forms at will.
Oh.
He can also outsmart Galvanax. He's a super dum-dum.
He is lazy, but he's pretty strategic still, so yeah, he would take out Galvanax.
I'm giving it to Vrak.
Just power and skill set.
Galvanax is just a big dum-dum. Alrighty, so match 12. Frax.
Ah, excellent. Now it's time to finish the job.
Versus Emperor Mavro.
Power is destiny, and yours is to lose!
So Frax has a hand blaster. He has a fabulous cape. He has his Cyclobots and Doomtron. He has the ability to blast from his hand blaster, and he's very smart. And his weakness is Rancic, because he fucks him over a lot. So Emperor Mavro has shoulder cannons and a sword. He can fight, I guess, when he's not just sitting on his little chair. And he has access to an armada. He has no forms, and his weaknesses, like his son, is his laziness. An exploding ship in the regular cut of Legendary Battle, and Legendary Ranger powers in the extended version.
The fact that he dies 2 different ways is so stupid.
The fact that there's 2 different cuts to Legendary Battle is kind of wild.
There's not much about that season that isn't just the dumbest thing ever.
I'm giving it to Frax. Mavro's a fucking dum-dum.
Frax gets this one. Amber, you too?
I agree, 110%.
Okay. Match 13. Daishi.
The one you called Jared is gone. I am now filled with the evil of Daishi.
Versus Master Vile.
Master Vile is back!
So Daishi has no weapons.
Starting off real strong.
He uses his big meaty claws. He has fighting skills, Zokado and Rinzin. He has lion armor, griffin armor, and his dragon form. And his weaknesses is the Paishwa Guardians. Master Vile has a magic wand. His ability is magic and in throwing up monster eggs. And his weaknesses is his pride in his old age. And I guess laziness too, because he kind of just gave up after the third time he tried to take over Earth. He's like, I'm going back home.
After you've already conquered all kinds of places, do you really just want to conquer another podunk one? When your daughter should be doing her fucking job that you raised her for?
I'm giving it to Master Vile. He has magic. Fuck is Daichi gonna do? Pow, 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 pow. Girl.
Punch him to death?
No.
Master Vile wins this one because he's got magic. Ooh, next round. Master Org.
Soon they shall feel the wrath of 3,000 years of vengeance.
Versus Captain Mutiny.
Row harder, you landlubbers, lest you feel the wrath of Captain Mutiny.
So Master Orc has a staff. His abilities are that he has little vines, laser blasts, magic, and creepiness, because he is a creep.
He's creepier than Mesogog, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that Professor Snape energy.
His forms are his org form and his final org form, and his weaknesses are the org heart and his creepy obsession with Cole's mom.
Gross.
I mean, I think it's more like his humanness.
His humanity, yeah, I guess. Captain Mutiny has a hook and a cannon blaster. His ability is his pirate voice arg, and his weakness is that he's kind of slow. He cannot run.
Want to see how bulky he is?
He's very top heavy.
I hate to do it, but also I think it's gonna be Master Org. It's gross and I hate it.
All Captain Mutiny has to do if he wants to beat Master Org is get his heart exposed, and all he has to do is stab his org heart with his hook.
That's a special set of circumstances, and obviously Org would be protecting that.
He has vines and magic to block that.
Master Org is a lot more powerful.
I think he gets that by default.
Sorry, Captain Mutiny, I like you, but you're just a pirate, arg. Alrighty! Match 15! Venjix/Evox spoilers.
I am Venjix. Your world is now my world, and your time is now over.
Versus Blaze.
Tronics!
Alrighty, so Venjix/Evox has an army of grinders and Tronics! He has Lightning Blast and he can affect computers. His forms are his Generation 13 body, his final Venjix body, his Evox body, Mayor Daniel's body, and his final Evox body. And his weaknesses are human DNA and a command tower falling on him. So on to Blaze. Blaze's weapon as an avatar is his red sword, and in the Roboclone armor is a fencing sword. He has the ability to regenerate in his Roboclone form, but I think for the sake of this fight, we will take that out of the equation, because that is a little unfair.
Then why did you put it as an ability?
To be fair, Venjix can do the same thing. If his body is destroyed, he just goes back to that computer. He's done that a few times in RPM. His forms are his Avatar Ranger form and his Roboclone Ranger form, and his weakness is that he is flammable, because literally anything can blow his ass up.
Girl, Evox gonna wipe his ass out.
Yeah, Venjix/Evox is Blaze's boss.
This is a really unfair round.
Blaze can't regenerate without Scrozzle there to do it.
For the sake of it, it's after the regeneration machine was destroyed.
Even if it was, that's not gonna stop Evox.
All Blaze would do if they got on the battlefield, he'd just bend over and be like, do it, master.
Evox would poke him and he would explode. Please. That's Evox.
Last match of round 1, King Mondo.
You'll regret the day you ever crossed my path!
Versus Rancic.
I don't need anyone! I'll destroy you myself!
Okay, so King Mondo has his staff, his Sword of Damocles, and his Cog Army. He has Lightning Blast abilities. He has a giant form, and his weaknesses are his stupidity for accepting bombs disguised as gifts.
That didn't destroy him. The Zeo Rangers destroyed him.
Oh, my mistake. I didn't watch Forever Red to find out that little tidbit of information. So Rancic's weapon of choice is his body yaddy yaddy is a weapon, bitch. He can make swords out of his bones. He has Energy Blast and Fighting skills, and his weaknesses is his Venom Arc Bite as Nadira.
Look at the material. Look at Lovestruck Rangers when it's the girls versus Rancic, and he has to stop mid-fight because he needs a serum. But then he has to withdraw because they destroy his serum.
But also, how strong is King Mondo really?
Hopefully, at this fight, Rancic brought a shit ton of serum, and he just juiced up a lot before this fight happened. That is literal only weakness against King Mondo's, because I feel like if Rancic didn't have have that to hinder him, he would kick Mondo's ass.
You think he would kick Mondo's ass? Mondo has a whole army.
So does Rancic. He has the Cyclobots.
That's more so Frax's army, though.
Yeah, but he has access to that army, too.
I mean, it would just be robots versus robots.
He's a fat robot, too, so he can't really be that agile on the fight.
He can't jump kick Rancic.
I remember his few fights. He just swung his sword or staff around, and it was like, meh. He's very slow.
Yeah, I think Rancic will take him out as long as he's juiced up.
As long as he's very juiced up with his serum. Amber, do you vote for Rancic too?
Of course I did. I was just agreeing with you guys.
Alrighty, so that's the end of round 1. Let's move on to round 2 matches.
Round 2.
So match 1, Emperor Grum versus Mesogog.
Mesogog. Grum barely won his fight.
He won by default.
Fucking Emperor Grum is scared of a giant brain with a tentacle eye attached to it. Alrighty, so match 2, Lothor versus Mandalok.
Lothor.
I feel like it's Lothor too.
Mandalok got lucky.
Mandalok got lucky because Serrator has that huge weakness of his shoulder.
Exactly.
So Moltor versus Prince Gasket.
Gasket.
Yeah.
Moltor also only won because of his ability.
Moltor is a bitch, and I fucking hate him.
Metal can take heat very well.
Alright, Dark Spectre versus Optimus.
Dark Spectre.
Dark Spectre is a monarch of evil. He could just crush Optimus.
Optimus is lucky he made it to round 2.
Yeah.
He should be grateful.
Match 5, Prince Olympius versus Heckle and Snide.
This one's toughy.
Why do we keep pitting the gays against each other?
I know.
If we were just going on gayness, I think Heckle and Slide would win because of the cinnamon.
I'm gonna give it to Prince Olympius, just on principle.
Okay, I'll give it to Prince Olympius too. Sorry, Heckle and Snide. He's a prince demon. He has a dragon form and a super demon form.
It's only because of that.
Alright, Rack versus Frax.
Frax. They're both strategic and scheming, but Frax actually got shit done.
But I think if it came down to a punch fight, I still think Vrack might win, though, in terms of physical prowess.
Yeah, I feel like Rack is a more trained fighter and he has a lot more forms, but I do agree that Frax
has more on his side in terms of power.
He's got a bigger brain.
Alright, the Masters are against each other. This is so weird, considering this is a random.
This is really random.
Master Vile versus Master Org.
It's Vile, he's more powerful.
Going off of how they defeat Master Org, he has a more outspoken weakness than Master Vile does.
Yeah, they never defeated Master Vile.
Yeah, Master Vile just decided he just was done.
He's just over it. Alrighty, last match of round 2, Venjix and Evox versus Rancic. I'm gonna have to give it to Venjix. He literally took over the world. I'm sorry, Rancic.
Yeah. What did you do, Rancic? Run back into 2001? Okay.
He's a criminal mutant. Honestly, I feel like that's partially misunderstood, too. He's a victim of his circumstances. So let's be a Rancic apologist.
Alright, round 3.
Round 3.
Oh my god!
This is easy. This shit's fucking easy.
This is a literal match in the show. Mesogog versus Lothor. Mesogog, because they actually fought and Mesogog won.
Turn him into a fucking Bandai figure.
Wipe the floor with you. I'm sorry.
Alright, match 2. Prince Gasket versus Dark Spectre. Dark Spectre.
Dark Spectre.
Yeah, Dark Spectre.
That matchup is gonna fucking blow. We're not letting it go that far. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm not getting snowballed again this year.
Prince Olympius versus Frax.
Olympius.
Yeah, definitely Olympius.
It's finally Olympius' time.
Master Vile versus Evox.
That's Master Vile. I don't care. Because Master Vile controls space. Venjix can only really do Earth.
Master Vile was actually also never destroyed. Venjix was multiple times as Venjix and Evox.
In 2 different seasons got his ass whooped.
Okay, I'll give it a Master Vile. Alright, round 4.
Round 4.
Match 1, Mesogog versus Dark Spectre.
I'm gonna put my ponies on Mesogog, my boyfriend, my true love.
How would he take out Dark Spectre?
Because he's smarter than Dark Spectre.
He's the size of a planet!
The size doesn't fucking matter!
What's he gonna do, bite his ankles?
No, he's gonna create something!
Mesogog does have money. He has the resources and the brains to create the planet-destroying missile to take out Dark Spectre.
Okay, Mesogog wins this.
I feel like we probably know the outcome of match 2 already.
Master Vile.
Do not even... No!
Yes. Because this year, I am eating good!
All Master Vile has to do is use his magic on Prince Olympius, literally turn him back into Impus, and then he's a fucking baby.
I'm just a baby! That's the TikTok meme right there. That's it. Okay, I'll make that later. Fine. I'm not happy about it, though.
This year, I'm eating good, so whoever wins is a win for me.
Alright, so final round.
Final round.
Mesogog versus Master Vile.
So, what would Mesogog bring against Master Vile? Because Master Vile has magic.
This final match is literally science versus magic.
I know, and it's so beautiful. Think about it. What's Superman's greatest weakness outside of kryptonite magic? If we're gonna keep going the way we're going, it's obviously Master Vile, but I still want Mezzy to win. I need him to get his flowers. He needs to be celebrated as much as possible.
I think I'm gonna give it to Master Vile because of the magic.
Yeah, we've kind of been building up to him as well, so.
Yeah, Mesogog can't match that.
Another dark horse for our 2022 Grid March Madness. The winner is Master Vile.
Everybody boogie!
Okay, so for the hell of it, let's put Master Vile against Trakina, our female March Madness winner.
She's also getting her shit rocked.
She's just a little bug.
Master Vile would literally squish her like a bug.
Based on just hypothetical possibilities, Master Vile has no competition.
He's the master for a reason.
He is the master winner of the 2022 March Madness. So that is the end of our March Madness. Did our pick match yours? Tune in Tuesday for a special grid commentary where we'll be doing a special commentary spotlighting Master Vile by commentating on The Sound of Discordia from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3. But until then, everybody say bye!
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 Bye-bye.
This has been a Morphin Legacy production, bitches!